Welcome back, everybody, to Elder Scrolls Online once again. Last time, I think I was saying I was going to be going into, like, another zone, but there's still, I think, a few quests around here. There's at least one right here. And then I want to say there's, like, I don't know, one or two other ones here in the area. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take this one right here and see what this gets us.
You let him walk all over you. There's a difference between cordial and compliant.
You told me to play nice with others. Now you complain? I don't have to listen to this. I'll finish exploring on my own.
Oh, there he goes.
Sorry you had to hear that. Our family feuds aren't usually so dramatic. Raynor always requires a delicate touch, but he's never stormed off before. He hates being on his own. That whole shadow business. I didn't like the way Raynor let that high elf artificer with a dwarven control rod up his arse order us around. My brother didn't deserve to be treated so poorly. I just wish he believed it too. Before I wounded his pride, we were planning to explore this marvelous machine world. He charged off to prove he didn't need my help, and we know how that's going to turn out. I'll let him cool off, but could you make sure he stays out of trouble? What I said to Raynor was pretty harsh, but he can be so infuriating. Look, he might be a brilliant artificer. Unfortunately, he's a terrible dungeon delver. Without me, he's going to get lost or hurt. Just don't mention me when you see him. There are so many intriguing possibilities, I'm not sure which one he tried to tackle first. If I were my brother, I'd start by heading into the Radius. We talked about using that gulch with the outflow pipe as a base, so maybe begin there? Like Kwama warriors fighting for the affection of their queen. We're siblings, of course we have arguments. Raynor's a thinker, and I'm all about action. Our differences make us a great team, when we're not engaged in a heated debate. No, Raynor needs some alone time. We both do. No sense starting the same fight all over again. You go talk to Raynor. Help him work things out so we can get back to our usual sibling rivalry. Just don't let him know I sent you.
Alright, well, we got that quest right there, so let's go ahead and head on back out. Like I was saying before, I think there was like either 2 or 3 other quests around. I see one over here, I don't know if it's for, maybe it's inside this building here.
Is this how... It's wondrous, isn't it? Elegant, meticulous, timeless. I once took joy in studying the perfection of this realm, but now every revolution of the great gear only tightens the vice in my chest. Tell me, are you here to unravel Lord Set's mysteries? Then may I impose on you as a fellow seeker. For all my learning, I can think of no escape from my predicament, save one. An experiment performed by one of my order, for which she was cast out from the Clockwork Apostles. I need you to find her. Terere Heladrin was ahead of her time. It was fear that led to her expulsion, not reason. I see that now. Please find her. Tell her I'll make it right if she'll save my life. There is no one among the Order I can turn to. She is my only hope. Terere has been gone a very long time, but her ill-fated experiment created a persistent disorder in the grand schema. Its motions are chaotic, but not entirely unpredictable. Following it may provide some clue to her whereabouts. We were some of Tamriel's best and brightest magi, invited to the Clockwork City by Sothasil to attend his experiments and learn from the greatest mind in creation. We have been left to our own devices for a long time. Order was needed, regulation. We believed she was meddling with forces that were solely the domain of the Clockwork God. A backward, emotional response one might expect from followers of a less enlightened deity. Destroying her notes and shunning her ideas was shameful. Terrory's ambitious experiment resulted in a factotum going haywire. It reduced portions of the brass fortress to shambles before taking its rampage off into the reactor district. We record its movements by analyzing the destruction in its wake. Age Seeker. Too many grains from the hourglass have gathered in this humble body. They've worn its workings so thin. I don't think it will be long before I join the inert. But I'm not ready. There's still so much to see.
Alright, so we picked up 2 quests at least here. I want to say there's at least one more quest around in the city somewhere. We just have to go ahead and look for it, I guess. So I could have sworn there was one more around somewhere.
Just do as I say, you skeever!
Reflecting. Reflecting.
Wait, what are you doing now?
I am a factotum, not a god.
Well, we got a bulletin board there. I don't know if that's going to be an actual quest that we...
I am not a large
Let me just go ahead and get off the, What is this?
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother.
Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of before.
Because a factotum with delusions
That
of
display of
grandeur.
emotion isn't indicative of the people of Slagtown. Carmid lost his mother in the last pilgrimage, and that's made him angry at the world. He has a point, though. Dreams and prophecies can be dangerous things. Once every season, the most brave and desperate members of our community make the journey to request a fortune from the Grand Prognosticator. Not everyone receives a prediction, but many have died hoping to have their destinies changed. An oracle of sorts. It's an unusual factotum with a penchant for the mystical and the dramatic. I fear Carmid plans to do something foolish and dangerous. Perhaps you'd be willing to go to the Outlaw's Refuge and talk to him? Keep him safe? Thank you, my friend. My old bones aren't up to another adventure, but I owe it to Carmid's mother to do whatever I can to keep him safe. The Grand Prognosticator spits out fortunes the way a sawmill spits out lumber. All the same until one isn't. More or less. Something about abject poverty and a miserable existence. But every once in a great while, the factotum provides a different prophecy. I received such a fortune when I made my pilgrimage so many years ago. A fortune of hope, of riches beyond my wildest dreams. It spoke of a way to escape this life, but I wasn't brave enough to heed the prognosticator's words. Carmid calls the oracle a fraud. Maybe so, but even a cracked egg sometimes contains a scream.
Alright, so we have 4 different quests here. Guess we want to talk to the associate around here first, though, because I'm wondering if one of these quests might be the actual trial, like the raid trial thing. And so that one would be out immediately.
Just do as I say, you skeever!
Reflecting. Reflecting.
Wait, what are you doing now?
I am a factotum, not a large rooted citizen.
What?
This is a large rooted. I am not a large rooted.
Okay, so we have a couple of things here, I guess. Oh, there was something after me. Okay. I think he's wanting to place is familiar to him. He's returned to the site of my first workshop, where we met. I don't... Are you kidding me? Why are you coming after me now? Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, that disappeared. Oh, hey. Okay. I'll take that. Oh yeah, there is supposed to be like a museum here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where that museum is, though. Okay, I think I have to head this way. Yeah, not getting too easy, I guess. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Hello there. Are you here in response to the bulletin about my factotum research? Fantastic. Now let me fill you in on the details. I found this factotum head in a junk pile, which isn't too uncommon for the brass fortress. I was intrigued, however, by its strange coloring. I was even more intrigued when it began to speak to me. It gave a repeated message, requesting to find its integral of memory in the mnemonic planisphere. That's where you come in. I need an adventuring sort to journey to the planisphere in order to find this component. Are you still interested? The journey to the mnemonic planisphere is riddled with dangers, so it's best to prepare. Shouldn't be any issues once you head inside, though. My research leads me to believe the integral of memory will resemble a crystal. Would you believe that the apostles don't know how to create factotums? That was a rhetorical question. The sad truth is that while we apostles can create metal limbs and motors, we cannot replicate the intelligence Sotha Seal gave the factotums. We're also unable to enter the factories where they're created. Why does Lord Set do anything? He's the father of mysteries, after all. Through his silence, curiosity is born. Perhaps he meant for us apostles to figure this one out on our own. And I believe I've finally found a breakthrough with this factotum. Firstly, I already know it is an older, simpler model. You can see the dwarven influences in the skull, an aesthetic blight by today's standards. We apostles see dwarves as a race to scorn, not emulate. This model must predate that thinking. Secondly, unlike other factotums, it openly speaks of its components. Trust me, I've interrogated many of these machines in the name of my research. Perhaps as we reconstruct its mind, it will tell us details about its creation. And thirdly, well, its voice. Factotums are genderless machines, of course, but they all sound distinctly female. This one is the first I've met to have a male voice. I'm not sure what it means, but I am sure I'll find answers as I further my research.
Curious. Okay. Well, I think that spot's like pretty far away from where we are at the moment, so... We're gonna go do the search for Terai at the moment. Quite a few bots around though. But at the moment we can just basically just run past everything. Ooh, the trial is here, so maybe one of these quests is in fact towards the trial. Got a Factorum here. it's kind of confusing now that we've taken like multiple quests, because I'm not quite entirely sure what everything's going on here. I guess Terrari is over this way somewhere. Oh, this is the one for that, like, strange machine we were dealing with. We were looking for the woman that was cast out of the Apostles. Ooh, there's a sky shard over here. I'll happily take that. We'll go ahead and take this sky shard. We don't actually have too many sky shards left here in Clockwork City, I believe. Oh, I got something here. Let me see. Okay. Was that the last one? Oh yeah, I guess that was the last one. That explains why we couldn't get the one that we were seeing in the city, because it was up here, I guess. Oh, we found her.
Who are you? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't reduce you to dust where you stand. He what? No, absolutely not. That experiment cost me everything I held dear. I was a fool to try it. Sovor of all people should know that. The only thing I want is to put an end to Bolin's misery. You want to make things right? Help me free his soul from its machine prison. Do that, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be willing to entertain this insanity. Remove the black soul gem from his factotum body and return it to me. He'll resist you, and as that machine, Bolin is extremely dangerous. He nearly killed me during his last episode. In the meantime, I'll contact Sovor, but no promises. My lover, when I was still an apostle, he was mortally wounded in an accident, beyond any hope of survival, but I couldn't accept that. I was enlightened, so I saved his life by transferring his spirit into a factotum. Bolin's consciousness took over the factotum, but the experience changed him. He always had a wild, creative mind, and I confined it to a cold, rigid prison. That stifled existence was too much to bear. It drove him mad. More than certain. Every moment that he lingers in that mechanical shell is torture. For both of us. Just don't damage the Black Soul Gem. Honestly, I'm not sure you could. But just be careful. Bolin's moods are unpredictable. In his rare lucid moments, I try to reach out to him, but no matter what I try, I only ever seem to get him worked up into a frenzy. Seeing him like that makes me wish I wouldn't blame him if he killed me. I don't know. I'd like nothing more than to smash it into 1,000 pieces. But there's no guarantee that that would redeem Bolin's soul. I've been so focused on finding and stopping that factotum that I haven't really considered what would come after.
Alright, let's go ahead and deal with this machine. Okay, it looks like we're heading this way, so... Yeah, they're trying to pull me back, but it's not quite working. That time it worked. Alright. Can I, like, skip out over here, maybe? Hi. Ah, there's Bolin. Let's go ahead and shoot myself, because looks like this guy can actually do a little bit of damage to me. There's the Black Soul Gem, alright. Now we go along the incredibly long bridge again. No shortcuts. Most of them are gonna leave. There's gonna be one I'm gonna have to fight though. Those Doa flies flying around, I thought that was like my actual pet that I kept like running past.
The equipment is in good order. We just need the vessel, and we can begin.
Is that them? Have they returned? The world feels so heavy now.
This is dredging up so many unpleasant memories. Please tell me you've managed to show Bolin some measure of peace. That's something, at least. I've agreed to attempt my experiment again with Sovar as my subject. He's promised to petition the Order to end my exile, if I'm successful. But I couldn't care less about that. I just want this to be over. The truth is, I need Sovar as much as he needs me. I think the only way I can safely extract Bolin's soul from the gem is to offer it something in exchange. Who knows if I'll ever have another willing subject? Can I count on your assistance? I'd like you close at hand in case Sovar has a similar reaction to the experiment as Bolin. Throw that switch when you're ready to begin the transfer. I'll keep watch on the equipment from here.
Alright, let's do this.
It's begun. Now would be the time to play.
I have faith in Lord Saxton's. Observe, learn, apply. Trust in his grand design.
Yes, it's sublime. This order.
Ifrei, I can feel. Thank you. I can feel.
I think it worked. Please, please let it have worked. Is it him? Is that really my Bolin, or just what's left? Will he hate me? Will he even recognize me? I I can't do this. I can't face him. I know. It's better than not knowing, always wondering, but thank you for ending this. I need a moment. I don't think Bolin has long. Bolin? Is it you? Speak to me. I need to know it's still you, please.
Terrory, when did we get so old? It's time now, isn't it?
It is. You're free now. I'm sorry for all the pain it caused.
Enough tears, love. We're liable to rust. There. That's the smile.
Did you see? Bolin! It was him. He seemed whole again. Oh yes. He does seem to be coping well, or he's at least more sedate in his insanity. Don't worry. I'll keep watch over him, and make sure he doesn't lapse into some violent fugue. He'd been suffering for so long. I'm glad his passing was a peaceful one. I have to hope that wherever he finds to rest, he's the same beautiful soul I remember. Not the tormented mind I saw in that machine. I'd mostly accepted that there would be no end to my punishment. I don't know that I can believe all this might work out in the end. I'll be watchful, not hopeful, for a while yet. I will try. I haven't had much cause for celebration in a long time. Out of practice. It's going to take some work. Sover seems convinced that the Clockwork Apostles need a mind like mine. I won't hold my breath waiting for them to agree. I'll keep in his company for a while, at least until I'm convinced he's stable. After that, I really can't say. Maybe it's Sovor's faith and Sophaciel's wisdom, or his willingness or understanding of the transition, or maybe he's just better suited to it. Bolin wasn't a Clockwork Apostle, and I made that choice for him. It was a selfish mistake.
Alright, let's talk to our transformed friend here.
I am one with Lord Set's grand design. I can feel my purpose in my very core. My mind is free of the clutter of my living needs. I am no longer burdened by the weight of my decaying flesh. I am free. Thank you. All cogs drive the mechanism. Removing any one from the chain, no matter how small, results in failure. I would no longer exist without the both of you. As promised, I will ensure Terrory's reinstatement to the Order. All cogs drive the mechanism. Continue the quest for understanding. It has always been my purpose, and I have never been better suited for it. In this form, I may labor as tirelessly as Lord Set himself. I have never been better. I may never be better. I only regret not undergoing this self-improvement sooner. The Order was faulty in denying Terrory's genius. I must correct this error. There is one place where my condition would not be considered unusual. The Asylum Sanctorium. The resident alienists there can best evaluate my psyche. A stable transference will be welcome news. They will need to be convinced of many things. My authenticity, my condition, Terrory's reintroduction. Have faith that their flaws will be corrected.
Alright, well this actually seemed to have turned out fairly well. Okay, for the moment, probably would just be more helpful to go ahead and just teleport the way shrine instead of fighting my way all the way back. Okay, we do have somebody we have to talk to up this way, it looks like.
Capable combatants needed for hazardous work. Please respond for more information.
At least I shouldn't have an issue with the outlaws spot.
Go find another beggar to bother. I've got more important things to do than carry some apostle's hopeful sack of dirty laundry. Paul Batten's an old fool and a coward. He knows that the prognosticator provides nothing but false hope and dangerous dreams to our people. That's what got my mother killed. I swore I'd never let another person get caught up in its games. Prove that the prognosticator is a liar and a fraud. It tells them over and over again how terrible life is, and then once every generation it provides an actual fortune to keep them coming back. So I'm going to the Vale of Tears to destroy it. You want to help? I won't refuse, though I don't have anything to give you, if that's what you're after. The Vale of Tears lies to the southwest. If you really want to help, meet me there. I've never gone on a pilgrimage, but I've heard tales. The poor and weak will continue to be poor and weak. We'll live a miserable existence and then die from hunger or sickness. Cheerful, right? Makes you wonder why we keep asking the question. Because every once in a great while it actually spits out a different prediction. Something about finding a lost treasure and attaining enough wealth to change the course of your destiny. Or something close enough to that to get everyone excited. Of course I believe that! Why else would I want to prove the prognosticator wrong? I want to show everyone that we can make our own futures. We can shape our own destinies, despite what some malfunctioning factotum has to say.
Alright, man. Sounds good to me. Okay, I think all three of our quests are out in the overworld now of the area, so we'll leave town here. Yeah, it looks like Rainer's actually right around over here, too. Okay, I'm not sure why I, like, had that camera view for a moment with my shield. But that just kind of happened. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Kirith doesn't appreciate my contributions to our partnership. She thinks I'd be lost without her. Well, I'll show her. My superior intellect easily outshines her bravado and daring do. But what brings you out here, my friend? That's a generous offer, but I find your sudden arrival somewhat convenient. Did my sister send you after me? She really does think I'm as helpless as a newborn scrib without her, doesn't she? It's a fascinating place, isn't it? So much to see and learn. People in the Brass Fortress told me about a number of sites. We simply have to go and see them for ourselves. The possible discoveries, they boggle the mind. Shall we go explore? There are a number of locations I want to examine. I added them to your map. Lead on, and I will follow. Don't worry, I'll provide any assistance I can, but I have to admit I'm not much of a fighter. That's more Kirith's area of expertise. Same way as you, I imagine. We were looking for the ruins of Barm's Amshend beneath Mournhold when we came across a tiny city inside a clockwork globe. Needless to say, I knew what it was the moment I saw it. The shrinking made me queasy, though. Stern. Physically intimidating. To be honest, she scares the scrib jelly out of me. Did you know she was once an Imperial battle mage? During the Riemann dynasty, while fighting in some war, a spell went awry and threw her through time and space. Eventually, Sothasil found her. She was severely injured, but he restored her using supplemental clockwork body parts. Soul gems power the parts, as with any other enchanted item. She's received so many replacements, she's functionally immortal. She also thinks I'm stubborn, antisocial, and a pain in the nether regions. I admit I acquiesced to Naramo's leadership. He has experience, wisdom, qualities that come naturally to someone of his age. To do less would have been disrespectful. Devaith Fear offered to teleport us out of here when we're ready, so that's one option. I plan to find our own way out, though, just in case. After I prove to Kirith that I'm capable of investigating a site on my own. With your help, of course.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of spots to go around here, I guess. One off this way. That I immediately almost get myself killed with. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and move around and try and find all these spots for him. Oh yeah, there's like a giant sphere down here. Nice.
The resonant sphere. One of Sothasil's minor marvels. There! Did you hear it? The same tone that the central spire emits during the night cycle. Let me tell you what I discovered before we move on.
Yeah, I'll help you out in a moment, guy. I'm kind of in a bit of a busy state. I honestly don't know if they were actually supposed to spawn here or not, because I saw another guy, like, run by at the same time. So I am kind of wondering a bit. Alright, what do you got for us?
Did you notice the perfect symmetry? The total roundness of the form? And the way it reacted to simple, magical impulses? Incredible! If memory serves, the chimes sounded similar to the ones that ring in the brass fortress. Applying magic to the sphere provoked an aural response. Perhaps Sothasil utilizes different frequencies of sound to perform his divine workings. On the other hand, Lord Set might just appreciate good music. Tribunal doctrine strictly defines the consequences of questioning the methods and mechanisms of our living gods. The apostles here in the Clockwork City emulate Sothasil in their own ways. So any questions I ask seem tame by comparison.
Fair enough. And then I guess the next one would be straight south from here. We're gonna go ahead and go on our mount, though, in any case. Oh, the Veil of Tears is actually, like, right over here, too. Huh.
That's close enough. Don't want to disturb the, wildlife. Those machines must be pumps for moving the lubricant throughout the Clockwork City. Fascinating. I have what I need. We're done here. I wonder how the lubricant winds up in the Veil. Every time I answer one question, 3 more appear to take its place. I'm glad you asked. I surmise that a correlation exists between the lubricant and the dead organic matter inevitably created in the Clockwork City. It has to go somewhere. I speculate that those pumps distribute the grease throughout the complex. Ah, but the fabricants consist of both flesh and machine. And so do the apostles. While the Dwemer were masters of mechanical construction, Lord Set took it a step further by adding living material to the mix. Kirith... No, never mind.
Alright, so that's the second one down. It looks like there's only one more, actually. At least from what I can tell, it looks like there's only one more. At least we know where we're heading next for the next quest. What I'm curious is why there's no... Okay, yeah, it's over this way.
I saw this from a distance and was instantly intrigued. There's no
It's like a
rhyme
broken
or
clock
reason
tower.
to its function, at least none that I can ascertain. Maybe one day I can return with an entire team. For now, what a magnificent monolith! I wonder if the workings extend into the subterranean levels below us. Maybe that's where the true functioning takes place. That's what I've been pondering since making my meticulous inspection of the site. It's a conundrum. Despite what that Slagtown trader told me, I don't see any method for determining what time it is. Kirith suggested... No. I can do this without her. Kirith uses intuition and leaps of logic instead of sound deductive reasoning. But it works for her. More often than not, actually. She thinks the tower is part of a vast underground mechanism that makes the city function. I suppose that makes sense. We need to go back so I can tell Kirith. Damn. I can't believe I let a stupid argument cut my sister out of this. She should have been here. Not that I don't appreciate your help, mind you, but Kirith and I... we're a team. It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure how to proceed. The complexities of social interaction are Kirith's speciality, not mine. She's my sister and we're a team. We work well together, but she did use some harsh, hurtful words. What do you think?
Go back and talk to her and let her know how you feel.
You're right. I can be the bigger person and apologize. I am her older and smarter brother, after all. Let's return to the Brass Fortress. Perhaps you can talk to her first and see how Kirith is doing. She's probably lost and distraught without me.
If you say so. We should probably hit up this spot over here first, because we're literally right in front of it, though. I mean, I kind of assume we're just going to be able to grab this out of somewhere. Let me see here. Get down this way to the right. Heard some sort of yell. There's not much going on up here. I'm surprised.
Me to go to this location, Lord Seal? I would be happy to. It should only take a few years to walk.
There we go. We shouldn't really have any issue getting out of here in any case. I'm pretty certain we have to go back to town now. Yeah, okay. I don't know, maybe we can go to the Veil of Tears now and do that. Because if we can wrap up that quest over there first, then that makes it a little bit easier for us. So I'm pretty sure the two Dark Elves quest is pretty much done.
By Tawaka's breath, you will talk to me! Say something, damn it! The prognosticator refuses to talk to me. I request a fortune and receive only silence. Is that what my mother died for? I will destroy the false prophet, but not by taking a hammer to its shell. Instead, I'll show my people that it isn't infallible. I'll destroy it by proving that the predictions it makes are blatant lies. To do this, we have to activate the machine. As part of every pilgrimage, the faithful have to descend into the Veil of Tears and secure a working animo core from one of the factotums that roam the area. Head down there and see if any of them have a working power source. No, I can't. My mother's body is down there somewhere. If I were to find it, I'd lose my resolve and I wouldn't be able to finish what I've started. If you need my help, use this whistle. I'll do what I can from up here to assist you. Be careful in the Veil. It's dangerous down there.
A lot of stuff down here, sheesh. Looks like we can go and find like an optional thing there, which is interesting. I don't know if what we're looking for is like on the factoriums or if it's Yeah, I don't really think I need help down here. Yo, dude, you scared me for a moment. I didn't realize you were gonna be down here with me. I think we found what we're looking for down here. Magus commands you. Such a simple phrase, yet so full of power. Finally acquired the passphrase to unlock the secrets of the obsolete Annalist Fractorums. The sacred text of Sulfasil's honored assistant was instrumental in my discovery. I wonder what the mechanical creature will tell me when I finally locate and speak the phrase. I hope is that it will provide me with the means to finally make a better life for me and my son. Okay, apparently we can use the passphrase, which is interesting. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, you're wanting to fight me, okay. Oh no, but still wanting to fight down here. Mages command you.
Reflecting. Reflecting. Memory engaged. Gathering data. The Brass Fortress. Beginning evaluation and analysis. By Set's will, please state your query.
Dreaming. Squid jelly. A rainy day.
I am a first-generation analysis model factotum, specializing in gathering and analyzing data for and about the citizens of the Brass Fortress. My gears continue to spin true. We count the number of people residing within the Brass Fortress, tracking births, deaths, illnesses, relative wealth, and poverty, all with the purpose of evaluating and predicting social trends and growth within Lord Set's creation. Intriguing query. That is one interpretation of our analytical capability. The ongoing purpose of collecting and analyzing such information is to provide Sothasil with the data he needs to improve the lives of his subjects. Query. Reflecting. Reflecting. That information is currently unavailable. Please return to the Brass Fortress and seek out a Clockwork Apostle for further assistance in this matter. Beginning analysis to chart possible outcomes. No relevant data in memory vaults. Error. Error. No pronouncements can be furnished without statistics to analyze. Please present yourself to a Clockwork Apostle for immediate data collection.
Okay. Now we just gotta find a core around somewhere. I'm assuming all the information is gonna come into probably give us a better ending type of thing.
Factotum beacon activated. Initiating security protocols.
Okay. not gonna let me go, huh? Oh, come on. We're still not getting any here. It's alright, Rainer. We're just gonna be roaming around the sludge pit for like the next half hour. Oh my goodness. They really don't want to give me one.
Chew on this, construct!
Okay. All that for another damaged one, alright. Okay, we're definitely running out of spots here, so we're gonna have to find one eventually.
Factotum beacon activated. Initiating security protocols.
Not too many spots left. It really is going to be the very last one, isn't it? I've only got 2. Well, actually, I got more now. Okay. We got one! Thank goodness. Okay.
Able to power an animal core?
Yeah, we got the core.
I see you've brought back an animo core. It works, I assume. Good job. While you were gone, I figured out where to install the core. There's a cavity in the machine that looks to be about the right size. I think it goes in there. I'm not sure. I never went on a pilgrimage, so I've never seen the Grand Prognosticator in operation. My mother told me a few stories. She was always vague about the Oracle. Speaking of my mother, did you find anything else down there? How did you Oh, you found her. I didn't want to imagine what happened to her, but after seeing what you went through down there... Wait, how did you learn my mother's name if you just found her body? A passphrase? Let me see. Fascinating. I wonder why she kept this a secret. I remember something about a sacred text, though. I'll ask Paul Botan about it later. Right now, I want to know what an obsolete factotum said after you used the passphrase. So that's what the prognosticator uses to make its dire predictions? Information collected about our habits and patterns. How insidious. It makes sense, but how can I get the people to believe it?
Alright.
Initializing. Detecting. your query.
It worked! Prognosticator, tell me what the fates have in store for Comet of Slagtown.
Reflecting. Charting possible outcomes. Comet of Slagtown. Minimum income. Inferior quality of life.
Great, you know all about me. But what does it mean? What's my future, you stupid construct?
Query. Reflecting. Prognostication unsatisfactory. Poor quality of life will lead to sickness, starvation, depression, and ultimately, death.
Perfectly dire. Just what I expected. And what about my friend here?
Reflecting. Reflecting. No relevant data in memory vaults. Error occurred. Please present yourself for immediate data collection.
Interesting. The prognosticator doesn't have a prophecy for you. More proof that it uses what it knows to make calculated guesses. But it predicted doom and gloom for me. Now I can change my future and show everyone that our fate isn't fixed. By doing the impossible. I'll find the lost treasure of the Radius. In the past, the pilgrimage included both a visit to the prognosticator and a search for the treasure. That changed after a lot of people died during an unsuccessful hunt. Palbatten survived that doomed hunt. I'll get him to tell me exactly what happened. Then, I can retrace their steps, avoid their mistakes, and find enough wealth to change my fortune. Let's go find the old man in the Brass Fortress.
Alright. Well, I think for now this is a good stopping point for the video, as we're already over an hour at this point. Wasn't expecting it to go this long, but apparently these are actually some decently long quests. So I will see you guys in the next one, and we'll try and finish up Clockwork City next time.